In this tutorial, we take a look at the resources and tools that are available for us when working with the Dojo Toolkit. Now, of course, first of all, we have our documentation. And if I go into the documentation section, I'll see that we have the API reference as well as the Book of Dojo, the SitePen Dojo Quick Start Guide, some demos and tutorials, some porting guides, and then the Dojo Toolbox. So I do recommend that you check out all of these things because they do have a wealth of information available to you. And as we have seen in previous tutorials, I also recommend that you take a look at dojocampus.org because of their excellent resources there dealing with the Feature Explorer as well as their forum and other multimedia. On the Dojo website, we do have the API reference, and I'll go ahead and click to go into the reference here. Now, the API documentation inside of Dojo is quite excellent. It does provide you with a lot of the information that you need to know in order to use these elements. However, it's built in a style that it's supposed to be used for reference purposes. I'm going to go ahead and go back here and look back at the Book of Dojo. And we see the Book of Dojo, and this is a little bit easier for most people to work with whenever they first get started because it's written in a more conversational approach and actually has some working examples in here that you could quickly take from the Book of Dojo, copy it over, and test it, and then work with the different examples there and find out how it's actually working. Now, the documentation is quite good, so make sure you do reference this from time to time to find out how things are actually working. Also, I recommend that you do a quick internet search to find appropriate tools and resources that may be available for Dojo. Due to the shifting nature of the internet, I'm not going to be providing you with anything like any cheat sheets or other resources. However, I am going to point you to a couple of tools here that you may find somewhat helpful in developing your Dojo applications. The first tool here is Aptana Studio. So I'm going to go to aptana.com, and you'll see here with the Aptana Studio that you can download this as a free standalone item or as an Eclipse plugin. And it does have support for a number of Ajax libraries, including Dojo. So Aptana Studio is going to be a good little tool to put in your toolbox because it has built-in support for a large number of Ajax libraries. Now there's another tool that you may want to investigate somewhat, and that's WaveMaker. So I'm going to go over to the website there at www.wavemaker.com. And WaveMaker is an application that's going to allow you to quickly create your rich internet applications. And this has support for Dojo. If I take a look at the product here, we'll see it talks about the Visual Ajax Studio. And if I scroll on down, I do see that it integrates Dojo 1.0. So it does have support for Dojo, and that's how you're able to create some of your Ajax applications so easily. Okay, so if you are interested, check out some more about this tool because it may be a good little tool for you to have in your toolbox. And that concludes this tutorial about resources and tools for the Dojo Toolkit, and it also concludes our second look at Dojo.